Hello and welcome to another Stonehearth tutorial. Today is advanced building techniques. Would you like your buildings to look more like this? Multi-story buildings are a possibility in the current alpha version of the game, but it requires a little bit more work. Now I can show you, with the walls down, that this is fully functional. If I go ahead and place something on the top floor, you'll see the little guys climb all the way to the top. There we go. So you'll see the first floor, a ladder. The second floor, I fashioned some stairs. There we go. And it's not that difficult. Now I'm going to show you how. Okay, so step 1, go into building design. Now, we're going to create a custom building, and we're going to go to the floor plan. Now, draw out a space where how big you want it. So I'm going to go about 8 by 8. If I can get there, right, 8 by 8. Now, second step, we need to grow the walls. So I'm going to pop the walls up, fantastic, and we're going to put some doors and windows in. Obviously you don't need to put any windows in, but if you want your guys to get in and out of the building, you do need doors. There we go. We'll sit one there as well, why not? Okay, so that's it. We don't put a roof on, that's the important thing, no roof. And then we go ahead and click build. Yep, start building. Now, let's watch these guys in action. Okay, so the guys are finished. Now, step 2, something important that you need to realise. Let's see, we go into building design again. We go to create a new building. Now, sorry, we have to click away from this because it's actually so, new building, design custom building. Now we're going to go to the slab tool, and we need to build up in the corner. Right, because you cannot build on the edge of the building, otherwise it will sit out and it will gradually get bigger and bigger and bigger. We need it to sit flush, as in one straight wall going all the way up. So what we need to do is we need to have like a support structure going around to hit all 4 corners where we can place. It's not entirely necessary, you can do it without, but we want to create a hole in the floor nice and easily, and the best way to do that is having a nice space to work with, so you're not kind of restricted. Okay, so the next step would be to build. So let's build this. And these guys are going to have a little bit of trouble building this, so what we need to do is build a ladder just going up here, and this will help the guys build. I also like to build a ladder on the outside of the building to help them get up. Let's have these guys clean up after themselves. Okay, it looks like they're going to leave that piece of wood there, but never mind. Now we're going to destroy these ladders, and we'll leave this one here. Okay, so there we go, clean up after themselves. Okay, so the next step is to draw the floor plan. So we've got the support structure around, and we're going to draw the floor plan over the top. Now this next step's important. We're going to erect the walls first, and then we're going to clear a space out for the hearthlings to be able to climb up. So let's erase those 2 spaces. Okay, now again, no roof. You can put windows in and stuff like that, but I'm not going to bother. And let's go. Let's build. Yes, start building. Now the guys have got 1 ladder to get up, but they are going to have problems, because they're going to need to build a scaffold around, and of course they can't get up. So it's important to now add ladders going around the building. This will take a little bit of time, but it is necessary. Otherwise the builders, they get stuck, they refuse to work, get in a tizzy. I'm just going to speed this up. There we go. Now we've built the ladders all the way around. And you can see they're erecting a scaffolding and building a wall up. Now this is pretty much the technique that we need. And you can see there they've left a little hole in the middle. And you can, with this, you can go as high as you want, and you can build cells coming off. You can do all sorts with this. It's really handy. Okay, so now we have the second floor. Next step is to be able to access the second floor. So what we do is we stick a ladder in here, facing the long side. Otherwise, I tend to find they get stuck. And Matey Boy here is just going to come in and he's going to erect that ladder. Just for good measure, we're going to test it. So I'm going to stick one of these things here just to make sure they can all get up. As you can see, he's there bringing it in. And there we go. So he's able to access the top floor. Now, we can remove these ladders if we want to, but we're going to keep them here because we're going to go further up anyway. So the next step is, again, to get out the slab tool. And do the same. We need to go up, 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 up. Now this time we're going to do it a little bit differently, because we're going to add steps in. So here we go. Just going to add in a couple of steps leading up to the top. Now you see there's a few mistakes there, and also it takes up a lot of room. So we use the erase tool just to take away any blocks that are unnecessary. Be careful not to delete anything that's necessary, like a hole in the floor or something like that. So now this is one unit now. So now we can go ahead and just say build. Yes, start building. The guys are going to come in and build that for us. Now again, we're going to have a bit of trouble building this one, so we're going to stick a ladder up here again, just to help them with their building. Let's see how they get on with this. You notice that one did take a little bit longer to do, but that's normal, because they just got to work out the paths, because it is a bit complicated for them. It's easy for us to understand, but not for them. Okay, so the next one we do is we're going to build another building. Get the floor plan. Now remember, drag out the floor plan, erect the walls, and what we're going to do now is, because the walls are already erect, we're going to clear out the space where the steps were. There we go. So now the little guys are able to climb up the stairs. But seeing this is the final floor, we're going to add a roof on this one. So there we go, we'll select the roof and let's make it a point this time. Why not? And click build. Yes, start building. Again, we're going to need ladders going all the way up to the top. Let's go ahead and set that up. Now we've built the scaffolding, we'll just let them work away, work their magic, and we'll see what they've come up with. Okay, so here we see the building has been completed. And we'll just check. Bring the walls down. There we go. Now the next step to do, obviously, is get rid of these unsightly ladders. So we're just going to go through and clear off these ladders. Get back some of that wood. And there it is. Completed. And you can see the steps and stuff like that. So let's just place something at the top of these stairs, just so we can make sure it's all worked. Here he comes. You see him going up the ladder, up the stairs, and placing the item. So there we have it, an introduction to advanced building techniques on Stonehearth. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you can take something away from this. Obviously, expand and build on this all you like. You can do all sorts of awesome creations. Get creative and see what you can come up with. If you do use my techniques, then post a video or a picture or something in the comments section. Let me know, and I'll be happy to showcase it. And I'll catch you next time. Ciao.